UGC Besties is available on all platforms, whether you are on Instagram, TikTok, X, or Pinterest, we've got you covered. Follow us and stay updated with the latest tips, trends, and exclusive content for UGC creators. Let us know you came from the pod and we'll be sure to follow you back. Join our growing community and take your UGC journey to the next level. Hey, UGC Besties. Welcome to episode 3 of the UGC Besties Podcast, Balancing Life and Content Creation. I have Chance with me today. Chance, how are you?
I'm good. Hi, besties. I hope that we're doing good. And how are you, Carly?
I'm good. It's a Friday night and I'm heading out on the town for the first time in a long time. And so that's going to be super fun. I get to see a friend that I haven't seen in like 5 years.
I am so excited. You did text me about that a little bit. And this friend, they reconnected from high school, and I think it's just the sweetest thing. But yes, we're covering time management tips, self-care, and avoiding burnout and setting realistic goals. So, Carly, do you want to go ahead and tell us about how you maybe time management?
Oh gosh, yeah. So I feel like you and I are going to have different perspective when it comes to time management a little bit because I have a 3-year-old. He's going to be turning 3 next week. And so it's really hard to be like a mom content creator because you feel a lot of like guilt about all of the time that you need to like spend online. And so it was easier when he was younger, but now I have to be more present when I'm
Right.
with him. And so juggling that responsibility of creating the content can be really hard. And, with a busy toddler at this age, it is hard for me to like slow down and remember to, take content, but feel like I should be doing it more. And it'd be nice to like have those memories with him too. And also work a 9 to 5 job. And so I really do a lot of my like social media and content creation at night or on the weekends in the mornings.
I think that's beautiful how you'll be present with your son. And I can't believe how old is he turning next week?
3.
3? My goodness, JJ. But I can't believe that. I need to send him something.
Oh
But
no.
yes, but being present with the baby and also, juggling a 9 to 5 plus content, and content creation is a full business. So it does take time and patience. But
Right. It's almost like when you are an entrepreneur, you're working 24/7. So
oh,
it's like
definitely.
there's not really like a time that I set aside. It's pretty much like I'm always working, whether I'm, walking on the treadmill or like walking through the grocery store. It just seems like there's always engagement to do on the platforms. There's never a time where there's nothing to do. And so you just have to have like that dedication to jump on all the time. Work,
That's
it's hard
true.
work. But how do you balance? Like, I know you take time like recording, your makeup videos and your videos for brands like at your vanity. Like, do you set aside time like at the beginning of the week that you're going to do that? Or do you kind of like just take it day by day, like with how you're feeling?
Yes, I say that it does differ day to day, but I do preach a content calendar so you can just have a plan ahead, like a due date or content deadlines.
I didn't know you keep a content calendar.
Yeah, it's in Canva.
How did you make your content calendar?
When you go to Canva, you can look up content calendar or a calendar, and I just chose one and kind of redesigned it myself and went from there.
That's so
Yeah,
cool. I
it's
need to do
easy.
that for by Carly. I think it would give me a lot more motivation to post and like inspiration for ideas if I already had them written down and I didn't rely on a plan at all for growing that
Yes,
account, which is what I do right now.
that's true. And I'll highlight like the important task and not so important tasks so I can get the most impactful tasks done, if that makes sense. So it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
So I feel like staying
important versus not.
organized is how you manage your
Yes,
accounts. I
it's
think I
very
could
true.
do a lot better at being organized. With UGC Besties, you kind of keep me on track there, and we do have a content calendar for that. But like for my own personal UGC, I think it would be helpful even if I wrote on a calendar to like do outreach on certain days. Like just remember to check your emails, like things like that, like really would keep me on track a lot
That's
more.
true. Yes. And it will allow you to manage content around your personal life and other responsibilities. Say
True,
like,
because I know what's going on. Like I'm going to the farm in a couple weeks, so I could be like,
mm-hmm.
oh, make a video about like a day in the life at the farm or things
And
like that.
in app, if I know Instagram and TikTok, you can schedule your content for days. Maybe you're
True.
busy, maybe with family, and it's so important to keep a work life balance. And we'll get to that in later in the
We
episode. But
do use the scheduling tool a lot on UGC
yes,
Besties, and I think it's so helpful,
it
especially
is.
because I like to post in the mornings. I don't know why I post in the mornings on there so much because we have UGC Besties from all over the world, so everyone's in a different time zone, so I don't think it really matters too much what
True.
time we post. But I do love scheduling that. And then another scheduling tool that we use a lot is on Gmail, where we schedule outreach for the mornings. So the scheduling tool really does help with time management too, because you can get things done that you should be doing in the morning, but you can get them done late at night, which we love to work late at night.
Yes, right. Well, like you said earlier, it doesn't matter what time because it's like for each day could be different, and you might have some free time in the grocery store to engage or post something or
Uh-huh.
the broadcast channel.
True.
It's different every day, but it's good to have that schedule out so you can just like a content calendar. I'll preach that because it's just so helpful. And we have one for UGC Besties, like we share, and it's
Yeah,
just so
but we've
helpful.
only been doing it for 2 months, and I have realized like how helpful it is, especially with planning ahead. And so
Yes.
I'm glad that we had this talk because now I'm gonna go make my own for my own personal accounts because I have so many personal accounts and it's a lot. It's really
You
a
do,
lot to manage.
Carly. You have like
Oops.
Carly codes, but it's
Yeah,
good. It's
oops.
good.
Okay, I have Carly codes because as an affiliate, you
Hmm.
can put out as many pictures and videos and tweets and whatever as you want with your affiliate code. And the more that you put out, the more likely they are to reach someone who's shopping for that brand and use your
Hmm.
code, and then you can make money. So that's why I did make those accounts, but it's so hard. So hard to keep them active. And then I hate having inactive accounts.
I get that. I do. But it's really good to put out that content too for affiliates because the more the better, the
Right.
more chances. Also, if you don't like Canva, which I love Canva, it could be biased on that, but Google Calendar is very easy. It's already laid out for you too.
Oh, yeah, I forget about that. Yeah, that's so good. Google Calendar is such a good one. Another thing that content creators should be doing for time management is batch creating content. I feel
Mm,
like Chance, you are amazing at batch creating content. You'll make like 5 videos in 1 hour, and then
that's
you'll
true.
have videos like for the whole week. And you only have to get ready.
And a
But
tip for that is that I don't change my outfit, and I regret it so much because it does look like a week full of the same outfit. So please change your outfit,
Oh,
learning from
I never
myself.
even noticed that, but like that's good like that you notice that for yourself. Are you going to start changing outfits when you're doing
Yes,
that?
I need to. I need to. I haven't, but I need to.
That's awesome. That's awesome. That'll be even like better.
And batch creating goes hand in hand with scheduling, hand in hand with it.
Yeah, so do you sit down like when you're about to batch create and like like what 5 videos you're about to make? Because
Yes,
like personally, I'm like scrolling through my FYP and I'm like, "Oh, I like this sound. I'll make this video right now." And like I'm just not as organized as you, but what's really funny is when I hired you, I was like, we worked together for like a year or more just being like spontaneous with everything.
it is
And then
true.
now, only in the couple last months are we becoming like more organized, but do you see how much it's making a difference like
It
in our
is.
platform? But like
Yes.
I loved like the idea of being spontaneous and not having pressure on myself because
Hmm.
running UGC Besties is a lot of pressure and I didn't want that, but like planning kind of takes off the pressure at the same time.
Yes. Well, we still are spontaneous, but now we have like the juice and vegetables really like in our content calendar
True, true,
too.
true. Well, like we're spontaneous in a way where it's like, oh, I just had this idea and this would be
Yes.
so like the Dolphins post or something. And
Hmm.
then it's like we'll get it out within 2 hours. But like,
Very mindful.
we do get our ideas out fast, like some
Hmm.
ideas out really fast within minutes. And then we do have some ideas that will sit on for weeks. And
Well,
so I
and
think
that's staying on top of the trends because we can't predict trends. So it's like
true.
And that is it just me, or does that remind you of like Lisa Frank, that trend, that
Oh,
dolphin
it
trend?
does. I
It
love
does.
Lisa
And that's
Frank.
my childhood. Yes, same.
Aw. Well, I have you seen the mascot for Lisa Frank on TikTok and they
I
like dance
haven't.
around? Really? You need to
I've been
go
on their
look. It's really
Instagram.
cute. They have like a little leopard mascot like covered in the Lisa Frank print.
No, you
And
know me and leopards, girl. You know me
yeah.
and Cheetos and leopards.
So I'm surprised you haven't seen that yet. It's so cute. You need to go check it out.
I will.
Mascot.
No, you're lying, Carly Marley. Oh my goodness.
Doesn't
At
that just
first,
make you so happy?
yes, it's my childhood coming alive again.
I love that. Cool. So we have time management tips. We need to talk a little bit about strategies for maintaining mental health. Being a content creator, I actually posted a reel today that resonated with a lot of people. It wasn't my
Hmm.
sound, but it was a sound about what it's like to be in a content creator's head. And I think every single person goes through it where, like, you need to post something, and then you have like, thoughts in your head that's like, your content's not good enough. Nobody
Hmm.
cares about what you have to say. But the mental struggle that comes with being a creator is so real, and so many creators go through it.
I feel like it's not talked about enough either.
No, I don't think so at
I don't
all.
think
Like
so either.
everyone acts like, oh, being a content creator is so fun, and
It's
yeah, it's
rainbows
fun,
and
but
giggles.
it's hard. Like it's
Hmm.
hard, like personally for me to make a video. I mean, it's been a long time since I've made like
Well,
a
and
talking video, and I care so much, and I
and
need to
it's
not care because people need content when they're scrolling their phone. I mean, I spend hours a night
that's
scrolling
true.
my phone, just trying to find something entertaining to entertain myself. Somebody has to be the one making the content. And then I don't think we realize like how, like, when you look around in your real life, you don't know a ton of people that are online creating.
No, at all, at all. And you're your biggest critic, so it's like you're going to be the hardest person on yourself, and nobody's thinking what you're
No,
thinking.
because everyone's caring about themselves. Like everyone,
Yeah.
and so they they're not putting, negative energy
Mm-mm.
into your video. They're
No.
scrolling past it or they like it, and it's one or the
Right.
other. And then also I was thinking about how often am I scrolling and not liking videos, and I'm just scrolling, especially on my FYP. I feel like, my business is to scroll and watch, and I forget to even like and engage with people's videos. And so there's so many things that I see that I don't interact with. And so I like to tell myself, like, people are seeing my videos and they might like it. They're not hitting like, but I'm still
That's true.
impacting people. Avoiding burnout as a creator. Chance, what are
Mm.
some things that you do to avoid burnout? Because I feel like you are online every single day, every single week. Like, do you ever feel like you need to take time away?
Yes.
Like, do you let yourself do that? How does that
Yes.
feel?
I will say to set boundaries for yourself, define work hours, and try to stick with a routine, because a routine will help you, which will help you like separate work and self care in a way. Include breaks throughout your day and maintain productivity, and keep your creative juices flowing, because burnout literally is burning out your creative juices. So if when you feel that, maybe I know you love walk, so maybe go on a walk,
I do.
or go. I love vitamin D. I have to go be out in nature, even if that's sitting outside with my dog.
Mhm.
And a family and friend time too, like
Mhm.
your support system. Yes, get that support time in. But so I would say this could look different from anybody though. It's like your time offline can be to schedule your content in most apps. Like we said, Instagram and TikTok, we know you can schedule an app, so you just
Mhm.
don't have to worry about it. And then some self-care. My favorite ways to avoid burnout is to get great sleep, because rest is extremely important to show
Mhm.
up your best self. I mean, if you're tired, you can't, or I mean, you can, but it's like not your best self.
Totally
So,
true.
and I love how you go. I just saw your story about you and your friend talking about walking a lot. And
Mhm.
it just motivated me, because you do have to exercise and keep your body moving. And
Yes.
that can wake your mind up. Even when you first wake up, you might not stretch, but going on a walk will get your like heart moving.
It
And
gives me
so,
the serotonin that I need to like get through the day. Like I try to start like I start work at like 8, and then by 9:30 I'm like, okay, I need a break. I need to step out and go on a
amen.
walk, step away from the computer. And then, during that time I'm usually listening to music or on the phone with a loved one. and
Mm-hmm.
that helps me a lot. And at least like I know I have that time of day where I'm not worried about social media or just what am I trying to say?
It's a mental break for throughout your day. You needed it. I feel
Yes.
like that goes hand in hand with taking breaks because it's around 9:30. You'll go out, go on a walk, and it's kind of like a grounding moment. It's like, okay, I have part of my day done. Now it's time for it. Just make breaks within your day for self care, and that can look different for anybody. It could be taking a hot bath, a walk, talking to your family or your
Mm-hmm.
bestie.
Mm-hmm.
Another thing is to for self-care, it's okay to say no. Like if a brand doesn't resonate with you or maybe you're overwhelmed with too much content to do, it's okay to say no and say, all right, I can do this maybe at a later date or not at all.
Totally, like especially not taking deals that do not align with the way that you want to run your business. You know, if they're
Mm-hmm.
asking you for raw footage and you don't give raw footage, then don't take that deal because you're going to be working with this brand for weeks and you
That's
could send them
true.
all this raw footage and then they might say, "I don't like any of it. Can you redo it?" Or like you never know.
Mm-hmm. And that
If you
causes
have a
burnout.
yeah, oh my gosh. Like when brands like
Mm-hmm.
give me pushback, it
Mm-hmm.
really, gets me down. It discourages me a lot. I don't know why brands have to be so like
They just don't
argumentative.
get it.
They
They
don't really
don't.
get it, yeah.
They
And I
don't.
think this is all still so new for these people at the brands that are like their job is to hire creators with a certain creative brief and every creator is different and I can understand that's a hard job and also like creators almost can't always like be trusted to get them the content and everything and so I understand their job is hard but
Yeah, but a few creators putting a bad taste in their mouth doesn't mean to treat all your creators like that.
oh no I
Yeah, I
know
just
sometimes burnout can last for like a month for
it
me.
does. It can. And
And
that
I'm
goes
like,
back
I'm
to
taking a month off, guys. Sorry. Like I've done that on UGC Besties before, I think. And like I think I was like honest about it too. And I'm like, no, I'm taking a month off. Sometimes life gets hard and
yeah.
life gets
I,
hard for everyone and everyone's going through their own shit. And like it's not ideal like for everyone to be online 365 days a year.
no. We're human. We're not robots. We're not AI. We're human. It's
No,
only two of
but
us
like
behind these screens.
another thing about burnout is like I thought that I could be like a TikToker, right? Like these people who are TikTokers, like picture people
All
that are
day, every
TikTokers,
day.
okay, like Ken Urich or like, they'll post like three
Hmm.
times a day, almost every day, and it's like I get burnout for like a month at a time. I would not want to, or
I
maybe I'm
get that.
sad for like a month. It's like, but I guess they're online when they're sad still, but like so much credit to them. Like I
It's
couldn't do it.
true.
I'm sorry. Like when I don't feel like posting, I do not feel like posting. And like these people are out here like working hard, that's a hard job.
Well, and you juggle a full-time job on top of content creation and a kid. These people probably have an agency that's sending
I
them
know, but like
ideas.
mentally though,
Yeah, I get
I
that. It's
still don't
true.
think I could do it because like that's so hard sharing your whole life. Like poor
Oh,
Ken, like
yeah.
do you follow her?
Who?
Ken Urich. She like went through a breakup recently
Is
and
that the blonde?
yeah, she's blonde with
Yes.
a bob. And like the poor
Yes.
girl, she like shared on a live about her breakup and then somebody recorded the entire live and posted it all. And she's like, "Guys,
Oh.
did we really have to record that? Like I was just trying to share it with you guys." And she's like, "I
Oh.
realized I overshared and like I'm really hurt. Like I really loved this person and like he treated me this
Oh.
way." And like I'm just like, "Wow, like the way that like content creators on TikTok like handle their mental and their emotions like
Hmm.
is I would love to like have a conversation with one of them about that because a small creator like me can hardly handle it. So,
Well, that's true. And I did not know that about that girl. I felt like she was trying to trust her audience and then it just, the wrong person blasted it. And I know, I
yeah,
mean,
it's like a
that's what
thing now to
happened.
record lives and then like repost them so you can get a lot of views, but the thing is like when you see accounts that are doing that, they can't get paid for those TikToks, thankfully. Because like one
Good.
time I made a TikTok when I was in my XOMG Pop series and I recorded a part of the show. And since I recorded part of the show, it wasn't
Uh,
my original authentic content. And so I couldn't get paid for it. And so luckily they can't get paid for sharing people's lives, but still it's pretty weird.
Yeah. It's just, I know it's putting your life out there, but it's like, goodness, these people are ruthless. And I mean, ruthless.
That too, like the hate that they deal
Yeah.
with, you know.
And she's going through like a huge breakup. It's like, they're just trying, she's already down, and now you're just,
Mhm.
let's stab her while she's low. It's like shoot below the belt. It's actually heartbreaking. But then again, she
Yeah.
does have her people. She does have her tribe that love and support her. So
Yeah. That's
I
true.
need to go on her account. I didn't know you knew her because I saw her. She got in some drama. I don't even know, but that's how I found her. And I was like, she is gorgeous. I'm following her, but I need to now go through her
Yeah.
account.
No, yeah, you'll like her. She's awesome. But
Um,
I'm just like I just had to like bring her up because of like the comparison of like the burnout that I deal with like could be like
yes.
nothing compared to like her like Katie or like other like girls online that are like sharing their everyday life and like their real personal things. Like I'm almost can't even like share personal things, but this is more like influencer conversation. We're more talking about like UGC creators like when we're
Yes.
talking about burnout and stuff, but like I guess I just took it into like an influencer route, but I'm just like giving kudos to them, you know?
That's true. Another thing about like a UGC creator, when I was first starting out, I was burning out trying to learn, I had too much dip on my chip. Like I wanted to be
Too much dip on your chip.
not very demure of me, huh?
That is so funny. I've never heard that in my life.
Hey, I'm Southern. But anyway, so yeah, I had too much dip on my chip. Like I was trying to learn everything at once, and I did start really quick, but it was more of my mind, just like your video today was like, I'm not doing this right, I'm doing this, or they
Right.
don't like it. So it's kind of like, okay, I burnt myself out in a way because I was too rushed in a way. And so I should
Right.
have slowed down. But I did like what is that called? I had a ball field of what I wanted to do, but now it was just like these baby steps of putting it together. I was trying to jump the gun on it. Okay.
I think that still I think you're doing a really good job like these days of like being consistent.
Thank you.
And especially with like helping me with UGC Besties and being consistent on your personal, like I think you're doing an amazing job and I think you're doing a really good job at like managing burnout because I don't see any from you.
Thank you so much. And some days look different from others. Like I'll be 100%, and then the other day I'll be 70, you know? So
Hmm.
it's like, and personal life, sometimes it floods into work life. And that goes back to work life balance. Keep personal on personal, keep work on work.
Yeah.
And honestly, besties, I was struck. I texted Carly before this podcast and I said, my energy is not there today. And she knows some stuff that's been going on, and I won't get into detail. But she was like, we can do this another day. And I was like, no, ma'am. We're getting on it because the besties will love us when we're real, when we're not 100%, and when we're 100%.
Bestie, are you an aspiring UGC creator? Look no further. Carly's 20-page guide is your ultimate roadmap to kickstart your UGC business. This comprehensive ebook is packed with insights and strategies that guarantee your success. Plus, enjoy free mentorship from the UGC Besties to answer all your questions and help you grow. Don't wait and get your copy now at etsy.com/UGC by Carly and start your journey today with the UGC Besties.
Yes, no, totally. We, you know, are just showing up as our real selves and if we didn't have like, you know, full energy or full happiness or, you know, like that's okay because that's real and the besties know that.
And that goes back to the routine. Stick with a routine. Because a routine, I feel like,
I
no
love a
matter,
routine. I
yeah,
love my
me
daily
too.
routine.
Me
Yeah.
too. I love my shower routine.
I would love for you to start walking like me. That would be so fun. Like
Mm-hmm.
my phone tracks my steps and like it becomes addicting. Like I think when I started walking, I was like hitting 5K a day and then it turned into like 10K and then like the other day I was at 17 and I was like, okay, I got to get to 20.
Well, do you have an app? What is that?
Every phone has the app. It's called Health and it's like a little pink
Ah,
heart and it just tracks it. So like you could go look at like your steps, but like you have to be holding your phone or like I have mine in like a fanny pack, but
yeah, I'm gonna get addicted by looking at
walking
the
is
steps.
yeah, walking is like just slowly changing my life because like I'm in nature every day and just talking
Yes,
on the phone and listening to music more than I would be like just sitting at home watching TV. So I
that's
love
true.
that. But Chance,
And
my
it gets
computer just died, so I don't know what the next thing is to talk about.
okay. Next is setting realistic goals, balancing ambition and practicality. Goal setting weekly and monthly, writing them down. So, setting realistic goals, balancing ambition and practicality. So I say set clear goals as what you want to achieve with your content. This can range from getting education, building your personal brand, whatever it might be. It doesn't happen overnight and it takes time and patience. If you have the ambition, but think practical, like it does take months or years even to build a business, set personal goals down to the T, daily, weekly, monthly, take baby steps towards them. Going back to the content calendar, you'll have planned ahead. So this allows you to have a game plan in advance.
Let me touch on some of those. So, setting goals daily means every single morning writing them down in your journal, what you want to do for that day. And I don't think about what my goals are for the day really until that moment. And I add to that list throughout the day and like cross it off. And then as you're sitting there in your journal, write down a couple like positive affirmations that come to mind. And so that's really good for your daily goals. I love writing them down. Like writing down goals is super important for like bringing them into reality and not just keeping them in your head. And then as far as like monthly and like yearly goals for your business, we really love monthly vision boards that you can create like on Canva, from Pinterest, things that you want to accomplish, how you want your platforms to look during that month. Soon we're going to have have I told you about our vision board project, Chance? We're going to have a vision board project on UGC Besties in October where we're going to share other besties vision boards like on our page in a carousel.
Oh, I love that.
And
Because we'll just
so,
do challenges, stories now, a post. I
yeah, but
love that.
this will get like more people to actually do it. And I really just want
Yes.
people to see the difference that it makes. And then I did want to touch on one more thing about how a business takes a long time to grow. So, like, if you think about any business that started, it started small and it takes a long time to get off the ground. Like, you can't give up like 1 year into your business, 2 years into your
No.
business, because then you'll never know where it could have been in like 3, 4 years. Like, you can't just say that you're going to start a UGC business and set a goal for like 6 months down the road where if you're not making money in 6 months, you're going to quit, because you have to think of the first year of your UGC business as like you're laying down the groundwork. You knew nothing before starting. You have so much to learn. You have so many people to meet. You have so much content to create, so many skills to learn. And this takes time. And making money shouldn't be like the very first goal that you have within months of creating your business.
Well, and that goes when I was first starting, I would see videos how to make 10K in your first month. And
Oh,
that's
that was such
so
a bad time.
it's
That was such a
unrealistic.
bad
It's
time.
so
Oh my
unrealistic.
God.
It
Do
is a
you
bad
notice?
time.
Do you notice how nobody does that anymore?
No, no. Because
Nobody is
we know
sharing nobody is sharing their like financial wins like they were at that time. And like
they
there
were
were
lying.
there was a few creators that were like doing the 10K thing, and that is just not right. And like, yes, it is possible to make 10K in a month doing UGC. I mean, I just quoted a brand yesterday for $900 for what they want from me to do.
Carly,
Is
that's
that going to be
amazing.
is that going to be in their budget? I don't know, but they want all of these things from me, and I'm like, okay, yeah, no, that will be 900 if that's what you want. And
Right.
so that's just one deal, and that's just 2 videos. And so it is possible, but are you going to be able to put yourself in front of these brands within a month? No, it's going to take a
No.
long time. You need to be involved in the community. Most importantly, like brands are on UGC Besties looking at who's creating, who's active, like who's doing the new trends, the new editing, and it's just an ever evolving thing. And I think goals should be like short
It
term,
is.
like monthly. I don't know what I'm trying to
Or
say,
even
but like,
weekly too. Weekly and
yeah.
monthly. Yes, your first month especially, you won't see overnight success. Even in your first year. I've been doing this, what, a year? Almost 2? I can't
It
get confused. But I'm still working up.
And you
So
have to, if we're talking money still, you have to put in the work. Like you
you do.
will reap what you sow. Like if you are not putting in the work, like on your account, if you're not, okay, so most of my deals will come from inbounds. Like brands will find me and message me through emails, and that's because I'm active on social media. I mean, a huge part of it is probably because of UGC Besties, but if my name's on UGC Besties, then yours can be too, because you can be active in the community and then they'll see you there.
That's right. We get tons of not emails, DMs for looking for creators all the
Yeah.
time from brands. And VIP, we give you brand contacts each month that are actively looking for creators. So
And
they're
VIP
always
is
looking.
our subscription platform on UGC Besties where we release like early posts and those brand contacts and things like that. But I feel like I got off track a little bit with, not because of you, but because of me putting in the work. So like if you're just sitting back and posting like one video a week or maybe just engaging like 1 hour a week, like nothing's going to happen. Like you have to put in the work, especially at the beginning. You have to spend hours engaging and you have to be outreaching, putting yourself in front of the brands. I mean, guys, we're
That's
all
true.
online. You can't just sit in your room or sit in your house. Like you have to be putting yourself out there in certain ways, whether that's commenting on a creator that has a lot of people seeing their posts. So your name shows up in the comments. It's like you have to put in the work and it will come back to you because these brands do need creators, but it definitely isn't going to happen like in the first month.
No. And those videos that say that they're trying to get followers, they're trying to
They're
get
trying
people
to
to.
get you to buy their digital product.
That's true. That's so true. I forgot about that.
That's what they're trying to do. And I have a digital product. I wrote a 20-page book on how to start UGC, and I never could get myself to make one of those videos talking about how much money I make or anything like that because it makes people feel bad about themselves. It's also just like nobody's business.
That's true.
And I'm glad that like we're out of that like era of UGC creators like oversharing their financial wins. Like maybe if you like post it on your story every now and then, or like I'd love to see like the girlies like killing it on TikTok Shop, like posting what they're making on TikTok Shop
Yeah,
because like
I'll
it
see those.
inspires people. But the whole like rubbing it in people's face to get you to buy like $100 ebook, like I'm glad
No.
we're out of that era.
I will see creators say what I made in each month of the year, and it would be like January, February, and it wouldn't be 10K. It would be like 2 grand or
Yeah, that's so much
100.
more
It's
realistic.
realistic.
Yeah.
And that gives you motivation because literally 1 month could be slow and you make $100, and then the next is 1,000. So it
Right.
is possible. And just because you're not making 10K does not mean you're not successful
Yeah,
at
no,
all.
totally.
At
Yeah.
all. Let's
As
see.
long as you're putting in like, your best effort, then like you're doing the best you can and like giving up is just not an option because
It's
then
not.
then you're going to make $0.
And people, a lot of creators will quit and within months. That's not enough time. I get maybe quitting like if it doesn't tickle your fan your it doesn't tickle your fancy in like let's say 3 years. That's okay. It wasn't for you. But quitting after not even trying, besties, no. We're coming
Yep.
to find you, and we're just like our dolphin. But yeah, going back to like the content calendar, you'll have this planned ahead, so it allows you to like have a game plan. So I don't know, it just set
That will keep you
realistic.
more motivated.
It will, and it won't get overwhelming because setting realistic goals is like it's like down to the T of writing a caption, engaging, posting, and emailing a brand can take up I think months, right? To
Yeah.
secure that's another thing. Do not quit within months because it takes months to get brand collabs.
No, literally like they literally will take forever with the email chain. I think we talked about this
Yes,
on the last
we
episode,
did.
but sometimes like the people running their influencer coordinating will like quit and then somebody else will join in and it's just like as long as you're like creating that relationship like over time like it's better than just not.
That's so true. And another thing, this is going back way to burnout, and I know I'm late on this, but I was an affiliate for this one brand, and the marketing girl got fired or she quit, and I lost mine because I was under her. Does that make
No,
sense?
that's that same brand, that same thing happened to me. I'm like, can you please change
Yes.
my address? And like,
And you
I'm
know
just not
what?
hearing back. And like, I guess it is a hard job because they do be quitting.
Or getting fired.
That too.
Well, and that to us, that feels like a burnout in a way because you feel like, okay, I put so much into this brand and I was trying to work myself up, and then her business made me kind of lose my brand deal, but you can't let that get to you. It had nothing to do with you.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Hard work pays off, creators. That's one of our mottos. Keep working hard. Believe in us that believes in you. It will forever pay off, even years from now.
Mm-hmm.
And you never know where it's going to take you. One day you're going to be looking back and saying, wow, I did it because I took that leap.
I think like what most successful people say, like their key to success is literally just consistency. Like if you're not
Yes.
consistent, you won't see success. Like the most famous actors, like they were acting for years, like doing shitty gigs, like, and then they
Yes.
got their success. So, like just everyone, like I saw a video of about Sabrina Carpenter the other day. It's like
Mm-hmm.
nobody is an overnight success because
Mm-hmm.
Sabrina Carpenter going on like the longest tour like anyone's ever gone on, like that didn't happen overnight. She spent the last like 10 years learning choreography and learning, how to be a singer and like do all
It's
of this
true.
stuff. And so, everybody who is successful has worked extremely hard, and like the only like common denominator with everybody is that like they just didn't give up.
That's so true. It's consistency. And Sabrina Carpenter is such a great example because all that time, I guess a decade worth, it helped her vocals. She really practiced her vocals. And now look at
Yeah.
her. She
Uh-huh.
am I mistaken? She opened for Taylor Swift and then that's when her career took off? Or
Yeah. Yeah.
see?
And then now she's doing the longest tour that anyone's ever done, the longest
And
world
look
tour that
at her
anyone's
fan
ever done.
base. Look at her fan base.
And everybody loves her, and like, yeah, I'm
She
personally
reminds me
a
she
huge
reminds
fan.
she reminds me of a Polly Pocket.
I know, right? She is a Polly Pocket. She's the cutest thing ever.
I love her. And I remember Boy Meets World, and then she played in the new one, Girl Meets World.
Yeah.
It's so beautiful. And like talking about the actresses and actors, they probably started in background people, like extras, and then worked themselves up. So it's a
Yeah.
different
And
field, you know?
especially as an actor, you get so many no's before you get a yes. I mean, you go
Oh,
to so many
definitely.
auditions and you get a no, no, no. And it's the same thing as being a UGC creator. You're going to reach out to so many brands, or brands will hit you up and they'll just be like, no, it's not going to work out actually. And like, 100 no's will get you your yes. So it's just about never giving up. Truly, truly, truly.
Yes. And then when you get that yes, it makes it so much more exciting. It makes you ambitious. Like you
Uh-huh.
want it, you want to eat it up,
Yes. Yeah.
and you
I
never want
love
to
that.
quit.
I
I
love
do
that.
have some. Do you have anything else you want to touch on time management, self care, and burnout, setting realistic goals?
I had one creator that wanted me to mention like that making money with content creation can be so hard and take
Mm,
time. And so a lot of creators do have other jobs. If you see like a UGC creator that is only focused on UGC, like they might be killing it, but like they're working extremely hard behind the
it's a full
scenes.
time. It is.
Yeah, and so it's okay to have another job and do UGC on the side. I mean, it's a side hustle. You're doing something bigger for yourself. And like, I definitely have another job that I do with UGC just for the stability, and that's okay.
That is true entrepreneurship right there.
Yes, like,
Entrepreneurship.
no, like, I think on Shark Tank, like Damon said,
I love Shark Tank.
I think on Shark Tank, Damon said that you have to that it's smart to like keep your actual job and then do your side hustle at night, like have a 9 to 5 and then a 5 to 9, and um, have that stability income, and just be working 24 hours a day. That is true entrepreneurship.
And that goes back to a routine. I'm telling you, a routine will help you stay into that momentum and take breaks throughout your day. If you get overwhelmed, it's okay to take a break, go on a walk, go outside. I do have some Q&A questions for the besties if you want to
Let's do
hit
it.
those.
Yeah.
So number one, how to upsell a gifted collab to a paid. And I say create content or extra content for the gifted products because sometimes they might have you just review it or maybe one piece of content, but you can go ahead and create more. You can add extra hooks or call to actions and offer it to the brand for additional costs. But then again, make sure to put watermarks on it until they accept it. Do you have anything to add to that?
No, next question.
Number 2, how to manage and organize your collaborations. And we preach this whole episode actually for a content calendar, because it does help you stay organized and just have you a game plan of the month or week. So we should create a video maybe of how to create one on Canva.
Maybe we should create one and then just share the link free with everybody.
True. Okay, number 3, Number 3, do we pitch via DM or email? And it's both. I like to pitch to both. I suggest at the end of your pitch to ask for redirection for the decision maker or the marketing team. And for DMs, it's normally their marketing team already working on this. So number 4, how to carry. This is a good one, Carly. I am so glad. I forgot her name. Let me go to it because I want to give her a shout out.
Okay.
It's Dose of She.
Yeah, I love her.
Dose of She. I love her. She's a model. Okay, so number 4, this is from Dose of She. How to carry yourself and handle yourself when somebody copies or steals your work. And that's lack of creativity, number 1. Not varying to more, not mindful at all. But, okay, so some brands will send out the same content guidelines and scripts so it can make it sound copied and edited, like it can make it sound copied in a way. But if you know that's not the case, I would send a reasonable message asking them to either give you credit or take it down. But it's hard because if they're like copying you word for word,
I would comment on the video and say you copied my video. That's what I would do personally.
Yes, that is crazy to me. That's lack of creativity, is plagiarism.
Yeah.
I would
I've seen it happen. It does happen.
It does. I would message them.
Yeah.
I would. Like Carly said, comment. She's that bold to steal. If they're that bold to steal your content, be that bold to comment. So, and I'm so sorry that happened to you. If that has happened to you, I'm so sorry. Okay, number 5, how to send drafts and final work versions to your clients.
Okay,
Carly?
So I use a website called WeTransfer to send my clips to my clients. It's a good way to send like a good quality clip, way better than uploading like via Google Drive or sending via email. And so WeTransfer, it's free, don't pay for it, but make sure when you're sending them the draft, it has a watermark with like your name on it or unpaid preview and your name. Mm-hmm. And then once they approve it and they pay me, then I resend it again with no watermark on it with WeTransfer again. So they're going to get like a separate email from WeTransfer, and I just let them know like, hey, you're going to be getting another email, and that's how I do it.
And I think WeTransfer, is it expiration? So if they don't get it at a certain time, it expires?
Yeah, so it expires within 7 days. So like, we talked about how brands like don't like emailing, every single day. If they're not going to check it for 7 days and like you need to resend it, then like you can resend it.
Okay. If WeTransfer doesn't tickle your fancy, there's also like Dropbox, Google Drive, but I think our favorite's WeTransfer. And also that goes hand in hand. After your final drafts, ask for the remaining 50% because of the payment. Because I think when you sign a contract, it's the first 50%.
Yeah, so like you get 50% at signing, and then you get 50% once the draft has been approved. So you might send a draft, and they might ask for a revision. For me and my business, I offer like one free revision for like the first time I'm working with a brand. And then my revisions are like $50 after that because revisions suck. Like you basically have to redo the whole video. But sometimes sometimes they just need you to revise like the way, like one time it was like the apostrophe, they wanted like after the S instead of before the S, like in my caption. So it just depends what it is. But once the rough draft has been approved, then you'll send an invoice for the second half of the payment. Once you receive it, then you send the final video.
Yes, after they sent it. Yes. Because I know some brands probably would take that and run with it. Not all, but definitely some. But I feel like we covered so much detail in this for like self-care, burnout,
We did
realistic
so
goals.
good.
We really did. I think that we covered some things that the besties would really resonate, and especially juggling like work, content, and even a kid. I know there's mamas out here.
Yeah, it was really good talking to you about everything.
Yes, and I'm so excited. Our second podcast is dropping so soon. So it's
Yep.
less than a week, like 5 days.
Yep. That's a wrap for episode 3. Thank you for listening, besties.
I love you, besties. I hope you have an amazing week or month, and we'll see you in episode 4.
Besties, don't miss out. Get brand contact emails every month and be the first to see all of the UGC Besties posts with our VIP Besties Instagram subscription. Join our exclusive group today and elevate your UGC game.